Okay, guys, it's me, Slimmy V, and today I want to talk about an interview that was actually sent to me by one of my brothers who watches and follows me on YouTube. And I definitely wanted to take a clip of this because this is something I wish was spoken about more often, and it's the health factors when it comes to viruses, the health factors. And the healthier you are, the better you are at fighting these viruses. Okay, so Dr. Fauci in this interview from 2019 spoke about health and how it would be better for you to be healthy if you do get um, any of these viruses. Okay. Uh, uh, Now, in this video, as I always say, I'm not making any claims at all. I'm not saying the vaccines work. I'm not saying they don't work. I'm saying see your medical doctors. Okay. Now, Dr. Fauci is an epidemiologist and he has a knowledge as it pertains to these type of issues. And what he was saying in 2019 is not so much what he's saying in 2020 and 2021. The mainstream media seem to be regurgitating the same things that Fauci have been saying in 2020 and 2021. They're not really talking about the health part of it, like losing weight and being in good health, taking your vitamins, taking your minerals. They're not even talking about those type of things. But let's listen to this short little clip, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it. All right, it's my opinion. I'm not making any type of claims. Okay. Please like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Getting an infectious disease and having to have you as my doctor is what? Wearing a mask?
No.
I don't need to do that. If somebody's, I can see they're getting ready to sneeze or cough, walk away.
You avoid all the paranoid aspects and do something positive. A, good diet. B, you don't smoke, I know. I know you don't drink, at least not very much, so that's pretty good. Get some exercise. I know that you don't get as much exercise as you should.
That's correct.
Get good sleep. I think that the normal, low-tech, healthy things are the best thing that you can do, David, is stay healthy.
All right, well, I'm going to try to do that, and hopefully when I next see you, I will be even healthier than I am today.
Wow. Did you hear that? I think we would be a lot better had this been the list of things that was regurgitated throughout the whole media. If this is the information that was disseminated, we would be a lot healthier. Okay? Along with like losing weight, running, exercising, breathing, exercising, relaxing, thinking positive. The first thing he said when this guy interviewing him was asking him, when it comes to an infectious type of disease, should we wear a mask? And he was like, if someone's ready to sneeze or cough, should we run, move out the way? And Dr. Fauci, from his mouth, said, avoid all of these paranoid aspects. I didn't know this existed. I didn't know he had said this, because looking at or listening to what he said throughout 2020 and 2021, they were more talking about masking up, 1 mask, 2 masks, right? 6 feet apart, right? Washing your hands. I don't know. It seems as if those things are paranoid aspects, and he's talking about to avoid all paranoid aspects. And he says to do something positive, because if you think positive, you remove fear and you have faith. That has a spiritual and a mental effect on your body, and it physically do you good. Again, not making any type of medical claims, but when I think positive, with me personally, I feel good. Okay, now you're talking about a good diet. That's not something that they were talking about. They were talking about, okay, if you take a shot, we're gonna give you Junior's cheesecake. If you take a shot, we're gonna give you some fries, right? So fries or some type of unhealthy thing. Now, fries and things like that are not healthy. So why are they promoting vaccination and the incentive to getting vaccinated? You are either given a Junior's cheesecake or some fries, right? So that is the type of stuff that they were promoted. They should have been promoting good health, like your vitamin C, vitamin D, your zinc, all of that stuff. Your orange juice, lime, lemon. They should have been promoting that from the get-go. Another thing he mentioned, he said, "I know you don't smoke." So he should have told all smokers, yo, in this time during this pandemic, the best thing that you could do for yourself is to put a pause on your smoking. Stop smoking. Give it up. Because the less you smoke, the better you are at beating this virus should you get it. Stop the drinking. But it's amazing how liquor stores were actually an essential. Like, those were the stores that was essential. Liquor stores. You would go, the wine and liquors, spirits and all that stuff. Those were open. Whereas other stores did not have the license to open. They would force restaurants to close. So they were not doing the right things. Getting exercise. Okay, going out for walks. Going out for a jog. Lifting weights. A lot of these gyms were not essential. They were closed. Some gyms that were open were actually given citations for being open during the pandemic. So this was the total antithesis of what should have been said. They were doing the total opposite. This is ridiculous. He's telling you right here in this interview to get exercise. But during the pandemic in 2020, gyms were closed. And the other thing he said get some good sleep. That should have been promoted. But people were so worried and fearful about this whole pandemic that they could not get good sleep. They were worried about losing a job. They was worried about getting COVID. They was worried about their loved ones. People were in the hospital. They could not go to the hospital to visit their loved ones. How could you get good sleep during this time? It seems like the mainstream news media were purposely saying certain things to put fear into your heart. And when you got fear, how can you sleep? You can't sleep. And this thing was all over CNN, MSNBC, CBS News, ABC News. They were all putting fear into you. Social distance. If you're not, we're going to ticket you. If you're not wearing your mask, we're going to ticket you. If you in crowds, we're going to ticket you. Like, if your gyms were open, we're going to ticket you. If your restaurants are open, we're going to ticket you. Like, people could not do anything. How could you get sleep? Kids were kept out of school. Kids were not learning the way they were able to learn when they're in school. Kids gain a lot of weight. The age range of kids that gain weight was between 5 and 11. They gained, I think, around 23 pounds since the pandemic. Ages 5 to 11. Many other group gain weight, but this is the class. This is the group between 5 and 11 years old. They gain like 23 pounds. So if you hear children catching COVID now and then possibly dying a little bit more now, hey, are you surprised? How could you get sleep when everyone is paranoid and worried? And then number one thing he said is avoid all paranoid aspects. That's a common effect. That's the type of stuff he should have been talking about from the beginning, and he wasn't. The last thing he said, he says, normal, low tech is the best healthy thing you can do. Low tech, stay away from your iPhones. But what happened when you hearing all these news that's being put out everywhere? You want to go and check, the death rate. We had a death ticker. How many people were dying? You had a death ticker. Stay away from TV, stay away from your iPhones, your Androids, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all those media outlets that disseminating all these negative news. Stay away from them. Watching every second how many people are dying is not good for your mind. It's not good for your heart. Of course, that'll make you that'll somehow weaken your immune system and make you susceptible to catching COVID or dying from it or being hospitalized because you just don't have a healthy mindset. This is the type of stuff that they should have been talking about from the beginning. Avoid all paranoid aspects. Do something positive. Get good diet. Stop smoking. Stop drinking. Get exercise. Get good sleep. And stay away from tech. Bring it back to nature. This is the type of information that should have been put out there from the beginning. And with the vaccine, as we see now, again, not making any claims, but the vaccine should have been pushed out for certain groups. The data shows that the groups that's dying from this COVID were morbidly obese group, people between 65 and 80. Right? That's the highest. And people that have comorbidities. Blah. I can't even talk right now. But that's the type of information that we should have been getting. But anyway, this is something I wanted to share with you. All right? Look, we're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep bringing out some of these clips to show you what is the real agenda, what is really going on. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but questions have got to be asked. Health should have been first and foremost. That should have been pushed. I don't mind. I think vaccines are great. Of course, we have eliminated some of the deadliest viruses known to man using vaccines. It's okay. Okay, mistakes happen. Vaccines are not perfect, right? They're not perfect, right? But they do help, right? Vaccines are not a one-size-fits-all. Anyway, I'm gonna stop right there. I don't want to go too long. I just want to make your brain work. I just want your brain and the wheels to start spinning. Listen to what I said. Listen to what he says. You know, we need more of this. We need to promote health. To promote health. I've witnessed people. I'm not saying everyone. Look, COVID is a very dangerous virus. It's a very dangerous virus. I'm not gonna lie. It's dangerous. you want to stay away from catching it. And if you do catch it, you want to get help immediately. You want to get help immediately. But, and here's the kicker, even before you get it, you want to prep your body. You want to make sure your body can handle this. So that when you do get it, I've seen people where it's a sniffle, where maybe they have a fever for one night and then it goes away, right? But then there are others, there are morbidly obese people, you know, who have suffered horrifically from this. So that shows you, get out there, get your exercise on, stay away from sweets. During the winter time, up your vitamin D, stay away from sweets, those type of things, right? If you up your vitamin D, that means you're at least putting some D in you, pause, right? And you want to stay away from sweets because that can lower your immune system. Anyway, look, I'm a person who have gotten sick often in the past, right? And I've done all these things, and I've watched my health actually get better as I got older and wiser. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you today. If you're not offended, you probably wasn't watching or listening. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh do the rest. I'm out. Peace.